When Bumi fell down in front of the mirror, her mom was alarmed. Bumi, Bumi, wake up! She called out, her voice trembling with concern. But when there was no response, she let out a blood-curdling scream. Somebody help! She cried out. However, no one dared to rush to her aid. Everyone was hiding behind the heaps of clothes in the master bedroom, frozen in fear. They had been startled by their mother's cry for help and assumed she had been attacked by the monster. Dad, please do something. Yemisi, the youngest daughter, cried out to their father, her voice shaking with fear. My hands are tied, the old man, seemingly paralyzed by fear, muttered. He was unable to muster the courage to face whatever was happening. Meanwhile, Bumi's mother was frantically running around the house, trying her best to revive her daughter. She grabbed a cup of water from the dining table and sprinkled water on Bumi's face, hoping to stir her awake. She rummaged through the drawer, pulled out a mentholated ointment and applied it under Bumi's nose. She even sprinkled some oil and salt, tearfully muttering silent prayers, pleading for her daughter's recovery. Despite her desperate efforts, Bumi remained unresponsive. At one point, the mother got really angry and burst into the master bedroom. They were scared, thinking it was the monster, so no one spoke. What is wrong with all of you? She yelled. One by one, they lifted up their heads. Mom, are you okay? Yemisi asked. Isn't that a monster in the dining room? Her second daughter, Fumi, asked. There are no monsters anyway. The person you are referring to a monster is Bumi, your sister, the mother exclaimed. Bumi? They chorused, confusion etched on their faces. Please come out, all of you. She needs help, she cried. With that, everyone jumped out of their hiding places and followed her out of the room to meet Bumi. Meanwhile, Ayo had returned to the compound from his run from the alleged monster. He and some neighbors had taken refuge behind Iyabeji's bar when Bumi ran past them, disappearing down the street. After waiting for a while, Ayo emerged from his hiding spot and hurried home. Initially, he planned to get dressed and seek help, but upon arrival, he was surprised to find that his keys were nowhere to be found. Panicked, he set out to search for them, scouring the neighborhood for hours. Finally, he found them hiding inside a drum behind a snack shop, their eyes red from crying. Relieved, Ayo quickly retrieved them and took them home. After beating them to calm their nerves, they took a cab to Bumi's family house to report the situation to his in-laws. Upon arriving at her family house, Ayo was met with an unexpected sight. The family of five was gathered in the living room with a man dressed in a white garment and red bonnet seated among them. It happened that the family, believing that Bumi's problem was spiritual, had sought the help of a powerful spiritualist who lives across the street. On the couch, Bumi lay still, her ears still elongated as they have been that morning. When the kids saw her, fear gripped them once again. They wanted to run back, but their grandma held them back. It's all right, Mom is fine, she reassured them. They clung to her behind, occasionally picking at their mother's still body. Please, what has possessed my wife? Ayo asked the spiritualist, his voice trembling. She is not possessed. Rather, there is something in her body belonging to the dead, and they have come to claim it, the spiritualist explained. What? God forbid! Bumi's mother exclaimed. What could that be? Ayo asked. That's what I'm going to find out, the spiritualist replied. They watched in silence as he began to move a hand mirror all over Bumi's body, starting from the sole of her feet up to her ankles, past her knees, her belly, her bosom, until he reaches her ear. He paused. He tried to move the mirror, but it seemed stuck. Where did you get this earring from? The spiritualist asked, looking at the family. Ayo was about to speak, but his daughter beat him to it. From her grandmother's back, she spoke up, telling the gathering how it was her daddy who had gifted her mother the earring the day before. All eyes turned to Ayo, awaiting his response. Yes, he nodded. The spiritualist fixed his gaze on Ayo. Where did you get the earring from? he asked. Ayo's heart raced as all eyes were fixed on him. I bought them, he lied. The spiritualist frowned. Do you not know the implication of lying to the spirit? He asked, his voice stern. Fearful, Ayo opened his mouth and confessed, explaining how he had taken the earring from an accident victim. Jesus Christ, Ayo! Bumi's mother exclaimed, stunned by Ayo's revelation. Ayo's face fell. I'm sorry, ma. He apologized. Meanwhile, Bumi wasn't actually asleep, though her eyes were shut. It was as if she existed in two separate worlds. She was aware of everything happening under her, her mother's frantic search for help, her father and siblings' worried faces, and even her husband and children's arrival. Yet she was trapped, unable to move or speak. In her other words, Bumi was running through a dense forest, pursued by a slender girl with blood-stained clothes and scars. No matter how fast she runs, the girl still keeps pace, screaming and demanding something from her. At one point, Bumi tripped over and fell. The girl pounced on her, dragging the earrings off her ears. Please don't kill me, Bumi cried, but the girl continued to pull, inflicting unbearable pain. Just as the pain became too much, the spiritualist removed the earrings, and the girl's grip ceased. The ear pain vanished instantly, and Bumi's family breathed a sigh of relief as her ear returned to its normal shape. A gentle sneeze followed, and then her eyes were opened. Seeing herself being surrounded by worried faces, she sat up, embracing her mother. Mommy! She cried, tears streaming down her face. Yes, my daughter, her mother replied, holding her tight. What happened to me? Bumi asked, still disoriented. Before her mother could speak, the spiritualist began to speak. He explained how the earrings were the gifts from the victim's lover, a sailor away at sea. In death, it remained her only tangible connection to life, he said. Are you saying that the accident victim is dead? Ayo asked, his voice trembling. The man nodded. Bumi's expression turned angry. What? Ayo, I can't believe you could do this to me. You stole a necklace from a dying girl and gave it to me, your wife? How could you? She yelled. Ayo felt really sorry for his actions, but he wasn't going to stand there and take the blame without defending himself. I didn't give you the earring, he retaliated. You gave it to me, Bumi insisted, her voice rising. I never did. You took it from me. You didn't even give me the chance to explain anything, Ayo said. That still doesn't change the fact that you are a thief, Ayo. You stole from a dying girl. Someone you should be helping. Ayo, you are evil, Bumi caused. If I'm a thief, then you pushed me into it, Ayo shouted back. How? How is it my fault? Bumi shouted back. I was only trying to make you happy. I was only trying to live up to your expectation. I wanted to please you, he cried. Ayo, I never asked you to steal to make me happy. All I was begging was for you to be like other men, she fired back. But I'm trying my best. I'm working. I'm not lazy. I am trying my best, Ayo insisted. Your best is not enough. You have to work harder. Look at your mates. Look! Bumi went on and on to rub the achievements of her friend's husband to his face, making him feel less of himself. Enough! Her father screamed. The room fell silent. This is not the time to apportion blames. It is time to make amends, he continued. Ayo and Bumi murmured an apology and turned to the spiritualist. Please, what can we do? Ayo asked. Find the body of the dead girl, apologize to her, and return her earrings to her, he said, handing Ayo back the gold earring. And that they did. That same evening, Bumi and Ayo went down to the city hospital where the victims had been reportedly admitted before her death. They learned that the lady's body had been deposited in the mortuary. After explaining the situation to him, the young mortuary attendant took them and led them to the room where the young woman's body lay. There, Ayo returned the earring to the corpse, and together the couple offered their heartfelt apologies. After that, they thanked the attendant and left. On their way out, Bumi apologized to Ayo for her past misbehavior, promising to turn a new leaf. She learned her lesson and realized the importance of happiness and peace of mind. She stopped nagging and tried her best to support her husband. And from that day on, Ayo started progressing. Any moral lesson from the story? Please leave a comment for us. Thank you so much for reading. Please subscribe.